Good morning, guys. Or afternoon, depending on when you're reading this. I am getting ready to read for you chapter 5 of our book. So here we go. Chapter 5 is called Ella's Glittery Day. The next day, the sun hid behind some long gray clouds. Rain came down and covered the home and the playground. Miss Lucy dried off the 4 cats that had been outside when the rain started. She set them on a towel in the corner of the classroom, and they went right to sleep. Because of the rain, Mrs. Merritt decided that they would have a long art class instead of going outside. Leo didn't mind. He liked making art projects. Today we are going to draw pictures of ourselves, said Mrs. Merritt. There's a mirror over on the wall. Go look at yourself and try to find all the little things that make you look different from other people. Then try to draw them. Oops, I lost my page. The children got up and found a spot in front of the mirror. I have red hair, Angelica giggled. That's different, right, Mrs. Merritt? It is, but what else? Mrs. Merritt joined her at the mirror. Your hair is not curly, it is straight. You see? And what color are your eyes? Blue, Angelica said. Now you have got it, said Mrs. Merritt said. Leo looked at himself. He saw dark hair, almost black. His skin was darker than Nick's skin, and his eyes were brown. Keep going, class. Look closely. Leo looked again. His hair split 2 ways in the front corner of his forehead. He smiled to himself. He had started to read the book of Psalms, where he had found the verse, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God even made my hair split like that, he grinned, and he says it is wonderful. The children went back to their desks to begin drawing. Leo knew just how he was going to draw it. He grabbed a box of crayons and tried to find just the right colors. While Leo began drawing, Ella and Angelica wanted to add something pretty. Mrs. Merritt, may I get the glitter from the shelf? Ella asked. Yes, you may, she said, but it is on the top. Use the stool and be very careful. Uh-oh, feel like I know what might happen. After she said that, Mrs. Merritt was called out of the room. Ella took out the step stool and tried to reach the glitter. She had almost grabbed it when Nick let out a sneeze, louder than a fire alarm. The sneeze frightened Ella so much that she knocked over the container of glitter, and it all came falling down on her head like a fountain. The 4 cats jumped up with bushy tails and started meows and the 4 cats jumped up with bushy tails and startled meows and ran out of the room 4 different directions. Ella squealed and tried to wipe some glitter off, but most of it did not move. Just then, Mrs. Merritt came back into the room. After a few steps, she stopped. Oh, dear. Ella, what happened to you? She asked as she made her way over to Ella. Ella sniffed and could not answer. Leo saw a stack of paper towels and grabbed them. He ran them to Mrs. Merritt and Ella. It was not on purpose, Mrs. Merritt, Leo said. Mrs. Merritt began wiping away the glittered tears from Ella's face. There, don't cry. Someone is here to see you, Mrs. Merritt smiled. Me? Ella sniffed one more time. Yes, dear, let's put on your best smile, Mrs. Merritt said. Ella gave a shiny grin and Mrs. Merritt chuckled. That's it, good girl, let's get you cleaned up. Mrs. Merritt took Ella out of the room and Miss Lucy came to watch the class for her. As the class went back to drawing, Miss Lucy walked around to see everyone's art. When she came to Leo's drawing, she smiled. Leo, she said, it looks just like you. Leo grinned back at her, but then he looked to the door. Who is here to see Ella, Miss Lucy? He asked. Well, it's a very nice man and woman, she said. They wanted to meet her. Will she get adopted? He asked. I think so, Leo, said Miss Lucy with a smile. Are you sad that she will be leaving? A little, said Leo, but she must be so happy. That makes me happy too. Miss Lucy gave him a big hug. Me too, she said. Now, starting with this part right here, months later, I'm going to have you finish the rest. I just realized that maybe, wait, that is almost the rest. Huh. I guess I read too much. So you just have this part to read and this, and then tomorrow I'll do a better job of checking to see where to stop. So you can read it right off the screen here if you want. Okay, just pause it here. All right, see you next time.